What's up, everyone? I want to show you all the Aquapolis set from Wizards of the Coast era. This was towards their end of making cards until the Pokemon Company took the license away from Wizards of the Coast and started making their own cards. I guess they wanted to save money, and why would they give out some of their licensing to another company when, Pokemon had a lot of money at that point, and now, especially the biggest IP in the world. So Aquapolis is a very expensive set. It's, you see here, $15,000 for a total set. This is because this set was very limited print run. Pokemon didn't have a lot of popularity towards this time period in Pokemon, and so the cards are so much money only because they're so rare. You really can't find them. Like if you look at a box of these sealed Aquapolis, Skyridge, and Expedition, this kind of end of the era of Wizards of the Coast, the box is like 2 to 3 times more than even earlier Wizards of the Coast set. And here they also introduced reverse cards in this modern era of Wizards of the Coast, and then they also introduced crystal variations, which are secret rares. And also, this set has a lot of fan favorites, and Pokemon has really taken off. So let's take a look. We see here there is the Lugia, Nidoking, Umbreon, Tyranitar, and Houndoom. Obviously, those cards are going to be expensive. The artwork's pretty nice, especially the Umbreon, and the holo pattern's pretty cool. So, people love something shiny, so they're going to like those cards. As you see, those prices are a little much. I think they're a little bit cheaper if you click on them and then filter by like average sale. So all those cards combined are probably a bulk of the cost if you wanted to try to finish the set. And I guarantee you, if you try to search some of these holos, there's very limited amounts that you could probably find, especially for Skyridge. Skyridge, good luck even finding a Crobat. There's like 1 or 2 listings, and I needed that last card to finish my set, and I had to pay $35 for a Crobat. So as you see here, we have Kingdra. Kingdra, as you know, recently had the promo from Shrouded Fables, which is like $80. This is the crystal version. And you see some more holos and the reverse. And the reverse cards are sometimes actually more expensive than the counterpart holo version. Arcanine, I don't really like that Arcanine, to be honest. I like the one from Skyridge a lot better. And then we have Entei, and we have the Umbreon reverse. We have Scizor, and they made tons of Scizor the later half of the Wizards of the Coast era. Especially look at Neo sets. There's like a Scizor almost in every one, I believe. And as we go through it, I want to show you the artwork. I don't like talking about each individual card because we all can look at them. But if we see the Togetic, it's pretty nice. Then we get to some of the regular versions and the non-holo, non-reverse holo. I really like that Hypno a lot. The Eevee reverse, look crazy. $100 for an Eevee reverse. That's more than the full art Eevee that has like all those Eevees chilling on the couch from one of the modern sets. Then we have Slowpoke just chilling, kind of wrapped up like how a dog would be sleeping. It's kind of cute. And we have here some more holos. We see regular Entei and Tentacruel. And then some of the cute cards like Azumarill and Bellazoom and Psyduck. That Psyduck's funny because it's actually a happy Psyduck. Most of the time Psyduck's like confused or has a headache in a lot of his cards. So it's good to see, we get some Psyduck love where he's actually not stressed out. Then we have Sudowoodo, which we know is false wood, actually. That's how his name is originating. Sudowoodo, meaning fake wood. I think that's kind of funny. He could hide out with the trees. Then we see here a pretty cute Wooper, and then the Blissey thinking it's all cute, hiding behind the bush, even though it's a pretty big Pokemon. And some of the other regular cards, the Pinsir's kind of cool. I like that one a lot. Then we have the regular Psyduck, which is about $47, kind of crazy. I want to look. I think I have a few copies of those. I want to sell it for Legend Maker. I like the Legend Maker reverse set. Then we have multiple Growlithe here, competing artwork. I like that first one better, the one that's $45. Then we see Lickitung. Lickitung is a fan favorite. I always find that Pokemon funny. Then we have a Vulpix. It looks like an apple trying to get some food. Another Slowpoke. So they did a lot of double artwork in a lot of these sets. And we see another Wooper. So a lot of the artwork does have 2 variations. We got some Jinx over here. The Porygon. Then we have the Miltank, fan favorite, the Wooper reverse. And we got the Sudowoodo regular, So these are all just... Oh, I like that Cloyster hiding behind the Horsey. That's a kind of cool card. I like that Pinsir actually a lot. I wanted to always finish a set of this, but I never got around to it. I was doing Skyridge first. I like that Execute. I have a bunch of like random Aquapolis and Expedition cards. Oh, that Kangaskhan's cool. He's like chilling, looking at kind of the horizon. I like the Derpy Primeape. And then as we go through the Fampy, and the Togepi's cool. I know people like to collect Togepi cards, so if you want to collect Togepi cards, you got to get the reverse and the regular from this set. Do not forget it. And then the EX era has some really cute Togepi. Take a look at all those. The Drowsy, always nice to see, especially I think it was a Drowsy where it went moon rocketing from Scarlet Violet base, where it was like $70 at one point. Now it's like $20. Mr. Mime, nice funny card. You see here, I think this is a third Growlithe, if I'm not mistaken. And then, just some basic cards. The Jinx Jr., that's what I call him. Another Execute card. So if you really wanted to be a master collector, sometimes don't forget there's 2 cards for a lot of these sets. And so, this is just Aquapolis. I'm not sure if you've all seen it or not. We could just go through some more of these. I like to share the older sets a lot because that's my generation's the older sets. I do collect a lot of modern as well, but we can't forget about, vintage. As you see, it's just a massive set all around. So I don't want to really go through it all because that's a waste of everyone's time. But essentially, that is Aquapolis. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and watching this video, especially if you also enjoy vintage. So please, if you enjoy it, give me a follow, a subscription, and comment if you want to see any more sets.